Thank you so much, North Shore Democrats. I'm delighted to be with you today. Some of you may know me as a county commissioner or as an environmental leader, but you may not know that I am a strong progressive with a long track record of getting things done. I came to Texas in 1988 as an environmental organizer to fight climate change and start the state chapter of Texas Clean Water Action. 33 years later, I am still fighting climate change and making a difference. In 2014, I decided to run for county commission because of my children and children everywhere. Our leaders were not doing enough to reverse climate change or prepare residents for its devastating impacts. It is the most pressing social justice issue of our age. It will affect all of us, but it falls hardest on poor and marginalized communities who are the least able to prepare or to recover. I decided to seek a third term because of the need to continue this work and the unparalleled opportunities presented by the climate actions of the Biden administration. So I have extensive experience as an environmental leader, including passing the strongest water quality ordinance in the nation by citizen initiative, the SOS ordinance, which still protects Barton Springs today, almost 30 years later. And my work at the county, we aren't just talking about the Green New Deal, we're implementing it. Since taking office in 2015, I have created national, state, and local award-winning programs to address climate harm from wildfires and droughts. I've created one of the most ambitious telecommuting programs of any local government in the country, slashing our utility costs by $1.3 million and cutting our greenhouse gas emissions by over 5,500 tons. We're creating more than 11,000 units of deeply affordable housing, either on the ground or being built. We've recently earmarked $110 million in federal funds to build almost 2,000 units for homeless. We are implementing criminal justice reforms at the county, including the creation of the first public defender office and the first sobering center to divert people with drug and alcohol problems from jail. We are investing literally millions at the county in programs focused on prevention and diversion, mental health care, substance abuse, and particularly job training and job creation. While my opponent criticizes the Tesla agreement, I supported it because it meant significant job creation. It will be hiring more than 10,000 people who have less than a college degree, and that's half our adult population. These are the people who are working 2 and 3 jobs at restaurants and bartendings with no health insurance, no benefits, and no way to get out of their dead-end jobs. With Tesla, they'll be trained in one of the most sophisticated manufacturing facilities on the planet with decent pay and benefits. And even with the agreement, Tesla will pay almost $1 million more in property taxes to the county than the previous landowner. So I'll take that math any day. So we're creating thousands of good new jobs. We're significantly increasing the units of deeply affordable housing. We're making really meaningful investments in criminal justice reform. And on top of that, we are one of the leading counties fighting climate change at my initiative. What that means for you here in the North Shore area is my initiatives are resulting in dramatic water conservation, which leaves more water in Lake Travis for your use and for the regional drinking water supply. We've permanently conserved almost 40 million gallons of water at the county using treated wastewater for our air conditioning supply instead of using treated drinking water from Lake Travis. I'm pushing UT and the state capitol complex to do the same, which could conserve up to 1 billion gallons or more a year permanently left in Lake Travis. I've worked with Joe Cartetter and the Central Texas Water Coalition for years on efforts like this and others to keep water in Lake Travis. I've also created a national and state award-winning neighborhood wildfire evacuation drill. It's available at the Travis County website for any neighborhood to use. These are the kinds of programs we need to do more of to better prepare our communities for the impacts of climate change. It's why I've also pushed to upgrade and increase the reach of our emergency notification system, those life-saving alerts that you get on your phones. We were at 7%. We're at now almost 70% reach because I insisted that we convert from landlines to cell phones. It's also why I was elected the US board chair of the oldest and largest international organization of local governments for sustainability, and why I was given a Lifetime Achievement Award in 2020 by the Texas Energy Summit. So I ask for your support to continue this work. And finally, I have to say a word about my opponent's attacks on the jails. Travis County is not planning a massive expansion of our jails. We have a long-range facilities plan for buildings that will have more than a 50-year lifespan. And the plan calls for demolishing some of the buildings and ending up with fewer jail beds than we have today. My opponent does not seem to understand that state law mandates all counties in Texas must fund and maintain jails. It's not an optional choice for us. So if he has a problem with that, he should focus on changing state law rather than attacking Travis County. I believe my record is why I've won every Democratic Club endorsement so far, along with the support of Congressman Lloyd Doggett, State Representatives Vicki Goodwin, Gina Hinojosa, Cheryl Cole, numerous Austin City Council members, and community leaders. And I hope to earn your support as well. And I'm happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. It looks like Linda McCullough has her hand raised with a question.
I do. It's about the Tesla contract. Are they required to hire locally? Any percentage, 100%, 10%?
Yeah, we built in a requirement for local hiring, and it's a graduated deal. If they don't meet, I think it's a minimum of 50% local hiring, they don't get as much of the economic incentive package. So they have to earn it by producing and by meeting the requirements in our economic development agreement.
Thank you.
You bet.
We have another question from Adrian Inglis. How will you manage the balance between preserving wildlands and addressing housing development pressures?
We have, I think, one of the leading programs in the nation for habitat preservation. It's the Balcones Canyonlands Preserve. And we created it actually, we started working on it when I was on the Austin City Council in the early 90s. And we partnered with the US Department of Interior, Fish and Wildlife, so that there's the federal preserve lands, and then the city and the county partnered to purchase and permanently eliminate development on those preserved lands to protect endangered species, to preserve our quality of life, and to allow for recreation lands as part of that. So we have a very, very large preserve system. And I've often said to people, it would be worth calculating how much traffic that takes off our highways in areas that don't have really robust road systems, like out in your area. So we have the job of maintaining those preserves. And it is an ongoing job. It requires a lot of investment. And then we are at Travis County purchasing land along riparian corridors on our eastern creeks, Wilbarger and Gilliland, to permanently protect and preserve those as well. So it's been a big priority for the county.